Ahoy there! Embarkation Day sets the tone for your whole voyage. Get it right and your time on board can be smooth, enriching and unforgettable. In this video, I'm going to share 11 Embarkation Day musts to help your Cunard voyage get off to the best possible start. And stick around for number 11. In my opinion, it's vital so that you can feel part of your cruise from day one. Right, let's jump straight in. Section 1. Be prepared with documentation. Okay, I get it. Documentation can be dull, right? But it is crucial, and trust me, I learned the hard way. For instance, make sure you've printed out or downloaded your boarding pass to your phone well in advance. You can't access Manage My Booking on the day of travel. I made that mistake, and it wasn't fun standing outside the terminal, fiddling with my phone and apologising to terminal officials. You can print and attach your luggage labels at home, but if you forget or need more on the day, don't panic. There's a desk near the luggage drop-off where they'll sort it out for you. Although, try to avoid this if you can, because it's going to be another thing to do when all you want to do is get on board. Have your travel insurance documents to hand, just in case. You probably won't need them for check-in, but if you do, you'll be glad they're not buried in your suitcase. And double check your passports and any visa requirements are in order for the countries you're visiting. If you're heading to the US, make sure your ESTA is valid if you need one. And for future-proofing this video, keep an eye on ETIAS requirements for EU travel once they're finally implemented. Even if you've uploaded your photo online, the terminal staff will still take another one. Don't ask me why. This is one of Cunard's many mysteries. And if you're parking at the terminal, ensure you've brought the hard copy documents required by your parking company. Okay then, on to my second must, which is about luggage and being mindful of what you can and can't bring on board. Cunard allows you to bring as many bags as you like, as long as each one weighs under 23 kilograms. And this is very handy for round-trip sailings. Obviously, if you're flying to or from the ship, your airline's baggage limits will apply instead. And if you're using Cunard's coach service to get to the terminal, you're allowed 3 bags at 23 kilograms each, plus 1 item of hand luggage. Also, it's worth noting that staterooms have limited space, so whilst technically you can bring as much luggage as you like, there are physical limits. And do pack your valuables, important documents, personal items, and things like medications in your hand luggage, just in case the very unlikely event your bags go astray. In short, anything you think you'll need in your first 24 hours. And that includes your swimwear if you're heading to the pool or hot tub. If you're bringing formal wear in a suit carrier, make sure the hanger hooks are tucked away. Exposed hooks means it can't be checked in. And Cunard has an extensive list of banned items, too long to list here. Some are obvious, but others might surprise you. Extension cords, candles, and drones are all prohibited, as are any devices with an electrical heating element, except for hairstyling tools like hairdryers and curling tongs. And don't forget, Cunard allow you to bring a bottle of champagne or wine on board per person. And if you've seen my 50 tips series, you'll know that I recommend Britannia class passengers bring coffee bags and bottled water. My third must is about whether to book a pre-cruise hotel. I often recommend arriving the day before and staying in a local hotel. It adds a safety margin and gives you a relaxed, stress-free start to your vacation. That said, if you're local to your port, it's probably not essential. If you're sailing from Southampton and coming from London or anywhere within about a 2-hour drive, you're likely safe to travel on the day. Train services to Southampton are fast and frequent, and modern cars now are reliable, breakdowns very rare, There are plenty of backup options if your journey were to be disrupted. Still, a hotel stay the night before can be a lovely way to extend your holiday by a day. So, even if it's not strictly necessary, you might choose to do it anyway. If you do stay locally in Southampton, check the official port website to see how many cruise ships are in your port on your embarkation day. If there are 4 or more, book your taxi well in advance. Wait times can be long when the port is busy. I'll put the link in the description. Right then, onto my 4th must, which is about embarkation time, which on Cunard is about as clear as mud. Let's take a look. Cunard assigns you a terminal arrival time, and while I'd recommend boarding as early as you can to make the most of your first day, you may be limited by the time that they give you. These times are something of a dark art. It's not publicly known how Cunard decides who gets what. That said, if you're in Queen's Grill, you'll usually be given the earliest slot, typically around 12 to 12:45 p.m, followed by Princess Grill and then balcony club guests. In practice, it's inconsistent. I've travelled with Diamond members in Britannia class who were given a 3:30 p.m. arrival time. That's one of the latest times. I've been assigned 2:30 p.m, arrived at 1 p.m, and walked straight on. Other times I've been in Queen's Grill and waited an hour after check-in before boarding began. So yes, you might get on early if you arrive before your slot, or you might be asked to wait outside the terminal, possibly in the rain. It's a gamble. So really, it's up to your judgment and preferences. What do? I arrive by 1 p.m, no matter what time I'm given. I take the risk of queuing outside because if I can get on early, I might make lunch and it gives me more time to do all the things I need to do and settle in and enjoy the ship. Just a side note here, I found Cunard's terminals can be surprisingly festive. You might be greeted by a live band, and around Christmas there are often mince pies and mulled wine, a really lovely touch. Big thanks to the musicians, the chefs, the terminal teams, and to Cunard for making it feel special. If you're sailing transatlantic, you'll often see cats and dogs groomed to perfection, and there's a real sense of occasion. I'll never forget arriving at the Mayflower terminal for my first Cunard voyage. The crowds were buzzing, the band was playing, dogs dressed to impress, all with Queen Mary II towering above us. Never forget it. Moving on to must 5, check your stateroom and meet your steward. One of the things I love about Cunard is that when you board, your stateroom is ready. There's none of that your cabin won't be ready until 3 p.m. and wandering around with your bags malarkey. On Cunard, you go straight to your stateroom and your keycard will be waiting in an envelope by the door. So, job number 1, check your stateroom. Make sure it's a cabin type you requested. If you booked a guaranteed fare, confirm you're happy with the location. If something's not right, visit the purser's office and see if a change is possible. If the ship is full, they may ask you to check back the next day once they know if there have been any no-shows. If you are happy with your cabin, then do a quick check. Are the lights and air conditioning working? Do you have robes, slippers, toiletries, towels? Is the bed configuration correct, queen or double? And is it comfortable for you? If anything needs adjusting, your stateroom steward will be happy to help. For example, we once found the bed too firm and the steward added a mattress topper. And on every voyage I ask for hair conditioner. It's not always provided by default. Your steward or butler, if you're in Queen's Grill, is a key person for your voyage. I always try to build a friendly relationship and keep our stateroom tidy and clutter-free for them. It makes their job easier and sets an easy tone for the days ahead. Next up, the muster drill. It is a vital safety requirement and usually it's quick and easy to complete. Most often, you'll watch a safety video that's automatically playing when you arrive in your stateroom. After that, all you need to do is pop down to your assigned muster station. The location is printed on your room key and have your key scanned to confirm attendance. Occasionally, Cunard may require a physical presentation later in the afternoon, often in the theatre, followed by a group walk to your muster station. And if you miss the muster drill, the ship will still sail, but you'll be required to attend a catch-up session later in the voyage. So it's best to get it done early and enjoy the rest of your day uninterrupted. Onwards to Must 7. Lunch. On embarkation day, Cunard delays lunch opening times, so there's a good chance you'll make it. Not all venues are open, but you'll typically find Queen's Grill and Princess Grill for the Grill's guests, the Buffet Restaurant, the Golden Lion Pub, and on Queen Anne, the Wellness Cafe and Pavilion Grill are also available. If you're in the grills, I'd recommend dining there on your embarkation day lunch. You'll be among the first on board, so there's plenty of time. And while you're there, it's a good moment to check your table size and location. If anything needs adjusting, just speak to your maitre d'. For everyone else, I personally enjoy the Golden Lion. It's often busy, but it has a warm, pub-like atmosphere that feels more personal and enclosed than the buffet. Food served at your table, and even though it's busy, there's a great atmosphere. It's a lovely spot to settle in and enjoy a celebratory drink where everyone's in a good mood. Some cruisers advise against buffets on embarkation day, citing the crowds. But on Cunard, I've had a different experience. The buffet may be bustling, but I've always found a table, and I've seen the chefs genuinely proud of what they prepared, and that's a pleasure in itself. So, if you're not in the grills, the Golden Lion is my top pick, but in my opinion, the buffet's fine too. It's all part of the adventure. With lunch out of the way, it's worth checking your main dining room setup, especially if you're in Britannia class. Sometimes the maitre d' is available in the afternoon, even if the restaurant itself is closed. If so, it's a great opportunity to confirm your dining time, early, late, or open, and to check your table size and location. If anything feels off, this is the moment to ask. If you're in Britannia Club, you won't need to worry about early or late sittings. You'll have a dedicated table reserved for the entire voyage, so it's simply a matter of making sure you're happy with where it is. If the dining room isn't accepting queries that afternoon, don't worry. Just make a point of dining there on your first night. That way you can see how everything feels and speak to the maitre d' if you'd like to make any adjustments. Must 9 is for spa lovers, where embarkation day offers unique opportunities. So, check your daily programme. The spa usually offers free tours on embarkation day, and that gives you a chance to explore the facilities and ask questions. If you're thinking of purchasing a spa pass, this is the time to do it. Passes often sell out quickly, so early action helps secure your spot. Also, there may be special treatment offers available just for embarkation day, so it's worth stopping by even if you're not booking anything yet. A typical one is to book a 60-minute treatment and get upgraded to a 90-minute treatment. My next must is regarding making bookings for various extras during your voyage. For example, if you're considering booking a future voyage on board, you'll need to make an appointment at the future voyage sales office. You can't normally just turn up. There are often extra perks for booking on board, like additional onboard credit or a 3% discount on longer sailings. But be warned, appointments fill fast, so make yours early. Other popular bookings to make are any specialty restaurants you might like to dine in if you haven't already pre-booked them pre-voyage, and these can be reserved via your My Voyage portal on your phone. They are particularly in demand on sea days. Also bookable on your My Voyage portal are excursions, and on Queen Mary 2, the planetarium shows, and on Queen Anne, the Bright Light Society. Finally, consider the behind-the-scenes tour if that interests you. To book it, you'll need to visit the Shore Experiences desk, which is ironic since it's the one tour that doesn't involve going ashore. And now for my final must 11, and this one I think is one of the most important. I don't think Embarkation Day is just about logistics. It's also a chance to connect and meet others. If there's a Sailaway party listed in your daily programme, do try to attend. It often carries a real sense of occasion with music, drinks and a shared excitement that's hard to beat. It's also a lovely way to meet fellow cruisers in a relaxed and celebratory setting. You'll also find a variety of group-specific social events listed in your daily programme, often held on Embarkation Day. These might include gatherings for young adults, LGBT guests, friends of Bill W, solo travellers and others. Even if you're not sure whether to go, it's worth popping by. These events can be start of meaningful connections and they help to make the ship feel just a little bit more like home. There we are. That's 11 musts for a Cunard Embarkation Day. And I know Embarkation Day can be full on. There's a lot to take in. And yes, I've just invited you to do quite a bit more on the very first day of your holiday. But each of these small steps helps set you up beautifully for the voyage ahead. And then, once you've enjoyed dinner in your main dining room, the night is yours. You might head to a show, sip something special in a Commodore Club, throw a few shapes in G32, or simply return to your stateroom for one of Cunard's most delightful touches, turn-down service. The lights are low, the bed is made, and everything is ready for a peaceful night. You've done all the groundwork, and now you can sleep well. You've earned it. If you found this helpful, do give it a like and share it with somebody planning their first Cunard voyage. And if you've got Embarkation Day rituals of your own, I'd love to hear them in the comments. That's it. I'm David from Curious to Travel. Stay curious.